Welcome back to the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today we have the biggest game of the series, though depending on how this game goes, that may only stand for this game alone, as we have the Pac-12 Championship with a chance at revenge against the USC Trojans. But before this game can even begin, news has already struck in Palo Alto with four big things. Trey Sutton, an athlete quarterback, has declared to the Cardinal. They've also landed their second pass rusher in Cassius Sampson out of Resenda, California. And they do add one to the safety group in Max Schlegel out of Washington, Maryland. But the biggest news comes in a surprising firing right before the Pac-12 Championship. The OC in Judd Price has been relieved of his job. And for those keeping track of the stats, it's not that surprising. The Cardinal offense is well below average in all of college football, just over 4,000 yards come the end of the regular season. And that could be largely deemed to the 13th worst passing game. What has really elevated this team is the fact that they have the 9th best running game, and they're gonna have to rely on that today. They're also gonna have to rely on the defense, second best in all of college football by only 15 yards from first place. And you could largely thank that to having the best run defense in all of college football by 101 yards. Additionally, they're also the fourth best in terms of interceptions. Turnovers, limiting the rushing, key to success here for the Cardinal. And of course, you can't overlook the pass rush, on top with 52 on the season. The only team to really find success rushing against our defense was USC, as they averaged 6.74 yards a carry with over 200 rushing in our last appearance. And with 18 points scored in that fourth quarter, USC pulled off the win. So as we head down to Pasadena and fill out the Rose Bowl, it's time for Coach Barrington and his Cardinal to get this game underway. They will be receiving Joshua. Returning this one, he looks for a lane down the middle. Taken down at the 18. Coach Barrington taking over the play calling here for the offense, as we saw the OC fired prior to this game. With the tape from not that long ago, we know where this is headed, and it's going to the running backs. As Irvin destroyed in the backfield, Locklear absolutely steamrolled the right guard. It's a loss of 3. Though the Cardinal, they go right back to it. Irvin, he busted to the outside. He will get that loss of 3 and tack on 2 extra. That does leave the Cardinals still behind the chains here. 3rd and 8, a hard count. They get someone to jump. Got to find the first down here either way, and they will get it with Bachmeier. The Cardinal can decline that penalty. First down at the 30. As Parrish checks in, they go his way. He slips the tackle from the backside, and he picks up 6. USC starting with some good push up front. Cardinal able to get around it. As they go back to Irvin, just gets 1. That leaves the Cardinal with a 3rd and 3. As they've got motion to the left-hand side, as it is Borden looking to throw the ball, and tipped at the line. They had Borden on the quick stop, but at the 38, they'll have to punt. USC's defense starts off hot, getting the ball to their offense. That last game was vastly led by Joyner. We'll see if that remains the case. So the passing game, when used, did work out pretty well for him. They'll go with a draw here. Hendricks, he's denied. Now going into that last game, Hendricks was their leading running back. Joyner took over in that one. He's out here for the second play as they go read option. Cotton, he's going to get the first down or very close to it. Or actually, correction to that. Chili's thinking of a different opponent that we recently played. Tafiti with the rush, though he gets the pass off. A gain of 6 for the Trojans. USC up to the 42. As they come out with a spread look, Joyner the running back. Though they go the option again, getting to the outside, and Chili's got the first down, though he coughs up the ball. Diving on it is Rico Cote. Cardinal take over. They forced a fumble in a similar play late in that previous game. They do it early this time. Both defenses showing their prowess early on. Starting near midfield, they hand it off to Irvin. He picks up 3. Haven't seen much from the passing game yet, though, for the Cardinal. As they go spread empty, perhaps they'll look for it here. Down the field for Bachmeier, and he shakes the tackle. It's a touchdown for the Cardinal. First to score here in the Pac-12 Championship. Elijah Brown with the money ball to senior Bachmeier. Who would have thought that after all the running in that first game, be a little bit more of the passing making some way here earlier. USC did pretty well with it their first drive. Unfortunately, the fumble from Chili's ended it as they go to Hendricks. And a little hurdle there. He's still rumbling down the sideline. Strong run. And that'll go for a near gain of 20 as they're now up at the 30. They were starting back at the 12. Quick RPO, a diving swat missed by Asher. A receiver then drags 2 Cardinals and picking up a second straight first down. They're now at the 40-yard line. Going to the outside, and Tafiti clotheslines Hendricks. It's a loss of 4. Second and 14, a split backfield as they hand this one off to 11, who's trying to get to the outside. Asher slows him down, cleaned up by Fotu. And the Trojans facing a 3rd and 11. They will look to pass the ball, looking to set up the screen. I believe it was Howerton. Ate that up. Never seen the big fella move so quickly. Though it's a good punt from USC, we start back at the 11. Irvin, the running back, as he gets a little lane and will pick up 6. We're seeing a lot of the star linebacker, though, for USC, 26, roaming across the middle. Single high safety as they look for Bach, and tipped up and then just forgot about. Fountain could have easily found himself a pick there. Instead, 3rd and 4. A hard count, no one jumps. Brown, he looks across the middle. He's got Bachmeier, and he's got the first down. Up to the 27, keeping those chains moving as we're closing in towards the end of the quarter here. Throwing to the right-hand side, Buck with a spinning grab, pushing through and getting a gain of 12. Buck has had a very interesting season for the Cardinal. A lot of big plays and a lot of drop plays as well. As Irvin tried to put the spin on, he's tossed down to end the quarter. But a good quarter it was here. Cardinal on top, 7-0. But it's surprisingly the passing game leading the way for the Cardinal. 2nd and 11, they might look to do so here. As they've got an option, but not enough time to throw. Buck was open. A 3rd and 11 it will be, with trips to the right-hand side. They get someone to jump yet again, and they toss it up for Haddad. Tipped away, but they'll get one more shot at it with that offsides. And surprisingly, the Cardinal coming at it with a empty set here. 3rd and 6, another hard count. Both sides move, and it looks like they're going to get USC again. Oh, this time they get him on the encroachment. 3rd and 1. It's the wing T for the Cardinal. As they go to Montreal Dog, he shakes off one and he picks up the 3. That's one way to convert what was a 3rd and 11. 2 offside penalties and then a gain rushing of 3. Play action here. They're going to flip this one out to McCoy, and he'll get a short gain. Cardinal outside of a couple plays, keeping everything down towards the line. As they go with a stretch here, Irvin, he finds a slight gap, sticks the foot in the ground, he picks up a few. So 3rd and 4. With a tight shotgun look here for Brown. No hard count this time. They go with a pass across the middle. It is Bachmeier getting the Cardinal down around the 25. Offense does feel slightly different here for the Cardinal. Again, now being called by Coach Barrington. Spread empty look. They go with a pass underneath. Back to Bachmeier. Gain of 6. I honestly couldn't even tell you the last time that Bachmeier's had this many targets this early on. As Irvin takes the stretch weak side, he squeezes out the first. Cardinal now at the 15 with a spread look here. As they might have had Bachmeier, they throw late. Haddad was open, but that ball comes out well late. And having to change the angle, getting tripped up by Brown. 26 heads down the sideline. Parrish in pursuit, dives, misses. It's a pick 6 for Elijah Newby. And just like that, we have a tied game on the 91-yard return. A huge blow there to the Cardinal, who are looking to go up 2 scores. Now back at their own 25. They've got a whole field to go, and a risky throw. Luckily that time, it's just knocked away. 2nd and 10. With one receiver either side, Irvin, he gets stuck in on his guard, and he'll carry him for a gain of 5. Leaving 3rd and 5 with a bunch to the right-hand side, Borden to the left. Brown looking to scramble here, or throws out late. It might be too late. He had the first down, Parrish, but it looked like he threw it past the line. Another big mistake for Elijah Brown that leads to the end of the drive for the Cardinal. USC will come out starting at the 34 as they hand it off to 11. He gets stuffed by Rico Code. So far for the Trojans, it's been a little bit slow to get going. Thank their defense for their points. And a diving miss there from Camp. And a foot race yet again. Sumlin tracks down the tight end in Cade Elridge. But USC is down to the 22. A huge play for the Trojans as they get set. Looking to throw yet again here. Deep dig, putting it on the money and flipped into the end zone. The Trojans take the lead in the Pac-12 Championship. But Brown is going to have to shake that off, as technically those 14 points coming off of his mistakes. The offense back out there. They go Parrish to the outside, and he will pick up 3. His lanes haven't quite been as open as Irvin's has. Spread look here for the Cardinal as they let this play develop, eventually checking down and dropped by Parrish. It did look like Brown had options downfield, but he didn't let that ball fly, maybe because of those turnovers. They go Haddad, big block, comes in Cedric Irvin. Without that, Cardinal probably not picking up that first down. A spread empty look here for Brown. 2 high safeties, though they're pretty close to the line. Pressure around the edge, he steps up. Will be a sack for Sean Ward. Well, that sends us inside the 2-minute warning with a 2nd and 11. Parrish, the running back, a slip back lane, and stopped at the line to gain, but it does look like the Cardinals are going to have it as they go hurry up. Single high safety here, off coverage for the Trojans. As Brown stepping up in the pocket yet again, he's going to slide down with a gain of 9. USC playing a little bit more off the last couple plays. 2nd and 1. Play action here for the Cardinal. And they had an open receiver, but again, just clutching at Brown. He's going to scramble himself, getting out of bounds at the 34. Looks like he's definitely trying to make sure he doesn't have any more turnovers in this game, or be the cause of a turnover. Towards the sideline, though, and just off the mark. Looked like Bachmeier had the step. 2nd and 10, hard count, no one jumps. Cardinal looking to pass, but instead getting smacked from both edge rushers. That'll push the Cardinal back to the 40, 3rd and 16. 3 spread to left-hand side. Early movement yet again, but it looks like they're going to get the Trojans. Pale at guard definitely moved as well, but they're going to say he was drawn off sides by the USC defender. So 3rd and 11. Trips to the right-hand side this time. As they have a receiver across the middle, it is Haddad, who makes it a 4th and 3. With a timeout coming in from the Trojans, they give the Cardinal a chance to come up with a play here for their offense as they stay on the field. Hard count, again getting someone to jump, though they go downfield for Haddad, spinning the defender. It would have been a first down either way. USC with a lot of mental errors here earlier on. Cardinal trying to take advantage of it. With a 1st and 10, it's a tight shotgun look as they'll go underneath here to Bachmeier, who will get a gain of about 7. He's definitely been the Cardinals' #1 target today. As we're well inside a minute mark here, they go Irvin, who bounces it all the way to the outside and gets that first down, spun down at about the 8. They'll go hurry up from there. 1 spread either side here for the Cardinal as we hit the 30-second mark. Everyone covered up, though they have a guy in the corner. McCoy steps out of bounds, no touchdown. However, the booth isn't sold on that. We're going to get a review here as it was a good ball from Brown. That looks like an NFL touchdown. 2 feet down for McCoy, and indeed it is. The refs take away our time to celebrate But we tie this game up 14-14, 22 seconds left in the half. With some good blocking and a good throw, they find Joyner, who's just been absent for a majority of this game. Gets the catch there. Out here for the next play with 16 seconds left. They do have 2 timeouts, and they will look to run it. Joyner picks up about a gain of 7 or 8. And the Trojans call their second timeout. They've got 1 more remaining at the 38 with 12 seconds left. They're trying to at least get into field goal range here. Throw to the outside, and it's caught. Morris was draped over him, but somehow not only does he not get the pick, he doesn't even get the knockaway. 8 seconds left. Tafiti working his way around the edge, and Chile senses it. Throws that ball away for what shall be the final play here of the half. 14-14 as they go downfield, deep downfield, and tipped away by Morris. Your halftime score is 14-14. A close game here, though, with how that game went, it could very much be in favor of the Cardinal. A few mistakes opened way to 2 scoring drives for the Trojans. Props to them for taking advantage. And despite the play on the field being pretty different compared to that previous matchup, the result is the same here at halftime. A tight defensive game. USC starts in possession. As they look to throw the ball across the middle, they find 89. He's the same player who had that touchdown grab for the Trojans in the first half, leaving them with a 2nd and 4. They look to go to the running game here. Hendricks to the outside, spins off one, but what pursuit from Sony Fotu. That dude just has pure speed. A 3rd and 7 here. They look to set up the screen, getting it out to 11, and he's got the first down. Leak Brown, the senior running back, he's come in here for a few plays, not one of their primary running backs, as Hendricks takes it here, bounces it to the outside, slips one before Morris meets him. Well, that play looked very familiar to a game ender for us in that previous matchup, though it was Joyner. Fotu doesn't jump off sides, gets back on sides before they snap the ball downfield and finding their number 1 receiver. Deuce Robinson held to without a catch until that point. Frausto Ramos being the primary guy on him as they go opposite side here, and another first down. USC driving, mostly thanks to the passing game today. Haven't used the running game all too much, though they look to do so here. Joyner, and he's swallowed up by Nilsson. Cardinals switched to the 4-4 defense right before that play. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him. 2nd and goal at the 9. They go back to him and eaten up by Richardson. Cardinal trying to pick up that goal line stand here. 3rd and goal at the 9 as they motion out 9. That little orbit blitz. Tafiti with the pressure. Tafiti rips him down. A loss of 9 as he finally gets back to the quarterback. The Cardinal defense have relied so heavily on him. It's great to see him get his play. And a diving block. No good. No good. Coming off the edge, the special teams blocks the field goal. We stay level 14-14. It's Brandon Nicholson. What a play for the special teams offense. Comes out at the 24. Starting with a spread look, and downfield they've got Bachmeier. Too high. They were looking for the quick hitter there. Nearly found it. 2nd and 10 instead. Sticking with a spread look, Parrish the running back. Get a good block from Keenan downfield, and he's going to pick up a gain of 8. And as the Cardinals have had many times this game, a 3rd and short. Hard count, no one jumps. USC trying to correct their mistakes from earlier in this game, and under pressure, it's off the side of the right tackle's face. Sean Ward again with the pressure. Cardinal unable to take advantage of the blocked field goal. 1st and 10, USC takes over at the 32. They motion out Joyner and swing it his way, and a hold there for sure on the outside. No yellow down on the field. The receiver just dragged in the corner there, and Morris, who should have had an attempt at least at the tackle. Instead, 1st and 10, they go to the outside. Deuce shakes Frausto Ramos, still stumbling. A pop shot from Ramos pushes him forward. Should have been a gain of 2. Instead, it's a 2nd and 2. With 2 to the right-hand side, 1 to the left. Joyner in the backfield, though they're going to motion a receiver to join him. Sending him on the orbit screen. They go his way, couldn't break through the block quick enough. Sumlin comes over to rip him down at the 25. USC has found plenty of big plays today. They just haven't quite found the end zone all too frequently. Once on offense, once on defense. Defeaty blocked up well, but Sony Fotu is not. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. With 2 receivers on the right-hand side plus their tight end. A little bit of some play action. And finding their tight end, a good cut on Richardson. Just left the man flat-footed. 1st and goal. They swing it out on the RPO to the tight end. Frausto Ramos gets the tackle, limiting the gain. Oh, maybe give Eldridge a gain of 1.5 yards. They're just inside the 5 now. As they go again, back out to the RPO and easily walking in. USC once again takes the lead here. Their 2nd score on offense makes sure their pick 6 from earlier. They go up 21-14. Cardinal offense once again chasing thanks to the freshman in Ellerby. 1st and 10, they start at the 25. And then throw the ball, nearly picked off. Brown has made some very interesting decisions today. That, another one of them. As they go to the receiver screen here, they get it to their freshman. Haddad just picks up 2. Cardinal have had plenty of quick drives today. They're trying to make sure this isn't another one. As they will look to snap the ball here before the end of the quarter, but they run out of time. So to the 4th quarter we go, down a touchdown, facing a 3rd and long. But both sides will change up their look following the break. Split backfield here for the Cardinal. As they look to set up the halfback screen here. No blocking to the outside. Irvin cuts towards the middle and he gets the 1st down. What vision there from the senior running back as he's trying to get his team a Pac-12 championship before he leaves. And heading to the outside, Brown got a lane and he too will have a 1st down. Coach Barrington doesn't like the quarterback taking that much contact, but he does there, makes the play with it. Now heading to the outside, Parrish finds a slight lane, but it's not going to go for much. A lot of running. He heads off the field here, 2nd and 9. As they go back to Irvin, who's down the middle, pushes forward as much as he can. But the Cardinal still needing 7 here on 3rd. Got trips to the left-hand side here. Got a quick throw, but he throws it too far, nearly picked off. He's had open receivers. The throws have just come late. As the offense stays out here, 4th and 7. Hard count. Again, they get someone to jump, but the flag doesn't come in for the Cardinal. It's a sack. USC takes over at the 40. Another blatant flag missed by the referees. It was the holding on the previous drive for USC's offense. Now an offsides, and USC has all the momentum late on in this game. As Joyner bounces it to the outside, he gets one of his few carries. He makes up for it. He's averaging around 5 yards per carry. Direct snap to him. As they try to get him to the outside, he just gets 3. USC getting a little tricky here in the 4th quarter. This is where they pulled away in the last game. Hendricks to the outside. He loses yardage to Feedy. They'll have to send out the field goal unit. They had one blocked not that long ago, Brandon Nicholson. This to make it a 2-score game. Crowd chanting for the block, but instead it's a field goal made. USC up by 10. The Cardinal have not scored this 2nd half. With 5:29 left, they're going to have to find a way to do it rather quickly. As they look for the pass, squeezing it into Haddad. Ball a little bit behind, but it keeps it away from all the defenders. It looks like the Cardinal going to run into a little bit more hurry up here. Sticking with the same look, 2 to the left, 1 to the right-hand side. They're trying to stretch this defense as Brown takes it underneath for a gain of 8. Again, trying to work quickly. They get back to the line, 2nd and 2. A little bit of some play action. Throw it to the right, and Buck squeezes it. The defender clearly trying to knock that one away. Knows the tight end has struggled with drops this year. 1st and 10. They go to McCoy. Very similar catch and run. But it does pick up a gain of 7. With 2nd and 3. A lot of passing here for the Cardinal. To the outside and tipped away with an athletic play. And another 3rd and short for the Cardinal. Tight shotgun look. Irvin, the running back. They hand it off to him. He follows the block. He's got the 1st down. Not by much. And they're going to get right back to the hurry-up game from it. Though it looks like he is making some changes. Brown with a little bit of some play action here. And has a receiver. It's underthrown and picked off. He had Borden diving. Brown comes up empty. This is going to be a second pick six for the Trojan defense. This time, Zion Branch. Once again, the Cardinal so close to making their big plays. And the game gets away from him here. 31-14 now, late on. As Brown just having to step up here to avoid taking a hit in the backfield. He scrambles for a gain of about 9.5, nearly the first down. Inside 4 minutes left, down several possessions. You've got to hit on these a whole lot quicker. As it's down the field, a flag down. It's a big catch. He finally finds Borden. Well, this one is coming back as they get holding on Baklenko. Though it turns out the refs do know what holding is, just when it's on a white jersey. 2nd and 10. Pass across the middle and through the hands of Bachmeier. Again, plays are there for the Cardinal. They're just not quite finding it. That is the difference in this game, was the difference in the previous matchup between these two. As they've got Haddad downfield, this time he puts it on him. Cardinal trying to storm their way back into this, but they've got to hit some bigger plays a little bit quicker. As they do get back to the line here, making some changes yet again is Brown. 2 spread to the left-hand side, 2 to the right. As they go play action and under pressure, ball pops out. They're going to rule it a fumble. Elijah Brown gives away the ball yet again. If there is a trait for being unclutch, I think that is what Brown has. At least that's what he's displaying in this game. And now Joyner with a lane. Only his 6th or 7th carry, but with near 50 yards on those, he's making do with every chance he gets, and I'm sure he's going to get more here to close out this one. It's a double A-gap look for the Cardinal defense as they do go back to Joyner. Slips it to the outside. Sony Fotu trying to tackle him with his back. Camp eventually comes over to help get the stop. 2-minute warning with a 2nd and 8. USC inside scoring range. They go back to Joyner, and he's stopped again, though takes 3 defenders to bring him down. But for USC, all they care about at this point is just running some clock as we're inside 1.5 minutes left. At the 37, they go to Hendricks. He's got a lane down the middle, slips one, but not going to get by Rico Cote. And Tyler Robles will have one more shot at a field goal here in the Pac-12 Championship, which would just extend that lead up to 20. Not long ago, it was a tied game, and just like last time, USC ran away in the 4th. That is where this championship game comes to an end. And once again, USC might have just knocked us out of playoff contention. We came in here 11th ranked. They're going to give player of the game to Zion Branch. Honestly, it's just the entire defense here for USC. They shut everything down. 2 pick sixes. And with that alone, they would have at least tied this game up. Their offense didn't do anything crazy. Our defense played all right, but they were put in bad spot after bad spot. And now we just have to hope that losing to the 2nd-ranked team doesn't hurt us all too badly. USC wins the Pac-12. We finish in 2nd. Now, the positives are at least we still have one of the best, if not the best, draft classes. We've added yet another 4-star. Chad Johns joins out of Arden, North Carolina, the 4-star corner. We also land tight end Curtis Aneni out of Cincinnati, Ohio, yet another 4-star. And Tiger Bachmeier is your Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week, mostly because USC just spread the ball out so much that no one in particular had a fantastic game. But for Tiger Bachmeier, that's at least a bit of positive as he ends his career. But you will not guess what just happened. Tavaru Tafiti is your Player of the Year. A defender winning this, that is really fantastic. 20 sacks, 35 tackles, all of which were tackles in the backfield. You could not keep this guy out of teams' backfields. We're going to miss him next year, but what a way to finish off a fantastic career here throughout the early stage of this series. And he also becomes the first defender to win the Heisman Trophy since Charles Woodson back in 1997. I didn't even know this was a possibility, but Tafiti has brought a Heisman Trophy to the Stanford Cardinal since Jim Plunkett in 1970, breaking the streak of Cardinal players to be runner-up, though very deserving of the trophy themselves. And as he continues to bring in awards, we will add Best Defensive Player to that as well. I mean, if he's just the best player in college football and the Heisman winner, of course he's taking home the Defensive Player as well. And if you thought we were done there, we're not. We're still going here. Best Defensive End added to the list. And perhaps the last award here for Tafiti, the Lombardi Award as well. But sharing the love, Best Defensive Back goes to Donald Camp, the redshirt sophomore. He had 5 interceptions this year, 24 tackles, and a touchdown. And with that, we do not make it to the college football playoffs. We are instead invited to the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl. We're going to play against Akron. We finished 14th. So despite having one of the most decorated players in college football as of this moment with Tafiti, they don't even let us squeak in 12th. Instead, Florida State, who had a worse record than us, they finish above us. Texas A&M, with a worse record, finish above us. North Carolina as well. Clemson added to that list. We got 2 9-4 teams here who again had a worse record than us, making it well above where we finished. But hey, at least we have North Texas in there. There's at least the wild card. We were hoping to be the wild card in here. USC, they even drop after that win from 2 to 3. Georgia goes ahead of them. It's at least realistic here that the college football playoffs, the rankings just don't make sense. But next episode, we head to our second straight bowl game, and this time we'll look to actually pick up the win against Akron Zips. Don't want to overlook them, but we should show some dominance in this game. And then after that game, maybe we find our next offensive coordinator before we get to the offseason. Make sure you stick around, hit that bell icon on the bottom right, or scroll down at the sub button and definitely tap that bell icon. I think Tafiti, he earned all of those today, as well as all of his awards. So show him some love down below and maybe leave Brown a little bit of some positive notes to try to get his game back to where it should have been, because that game largely sits on his shoulders.